Hello everyone, CatWeazle here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to our brand new playthrough, which is an old favourite. It's Eldritch Horror, and we will be taking on Syzygy and using the prelude in cosmic alignment. What's a Syzygy? Well, apart from being difficult to spell and say, it's a cosmic alignment. A grand conjunction. It's a bit, it's not like your usual ancient ones that you get in Eldritch Horror, because it's not actually a monster. It's just a cosmic alignment, and it plays a bit differently from usual AOs because it's not one. That brings me to my next point. Because I've been away for quite a while, nearly 2 years. Where have I been? I've been here. Where have you been? So that's that out of the way. But yes, back to 2 years. I'm a bit rusty. I haven't played Eldritch Horror in over 2 years. I've tried to re-familiarise myself with the rules, but I will probably make a couple of mistakes. For two reasons. One, aforesaid, I'm rusty. And two, Syzygy's a little different. I haven't played Syzygy before, and I think I saw a playthrough ages and ages ago, because it's this is a strange remnants ancient one. Obviously it's been around for a bit. Watched an old playthrough, I can't remember much about it, except that it's a bit tricky, this AO, so I may make mistakes because of rustiness, the trickiness of the AO and stuff. What I will always say about mistakes is, one, most importantly, chill out, okay? Some people get unbelievably annoyed and post really dickish comments. Don't do that. I'll just delete them and block you. By all means though, if I do make a mistake, if you respectfully point it out, I will be very grateful. And I will also do my best to fix it if I can, okay? If you spot any errors, please let me know, and I'll try and fix them. And if I get anything wrong, if I say something like I'm trying to do this because of this and what have you, and you know this particular AO and you're like, oh no, you don't want to do that, by all means put that in the comments as well. And we'll work it out as we go along. Next, we're going to go on to what my channel is, because it's been 2 years, so just go through it again very quickly. I'm not a how-to channel. Okay, I don't teach you specifically how to play the games that I play on the channel. You'll probably pick up how to play the games. I do explain myself, and I do introduction videos like this when I'm starting a game. So you'll probably pick up how to play the game. Also, I tend to take my time. It's a bit of an understatement, but it's all about, for me, it's all about the emergent storytelling of the game and, having a bit of a laugh. Okay, so I do take my time. So if there's any TikTokers out there or Instagram people that are used to things being done in 10 minutes, that's not going to happen here at all. Again, some people get enraged by the amount of time it takes me to do a playthrough. An hour to do a turn, and they freak out. So I like to tell everybody up front that yes, I will take an hour. No matter how much you complain or rage in the comments, that's not going to change. It's all about the storytelling. It's all about having a bit of a laugh. Strategizing as well, I like to do that. I like to talk about what I'm going to do during a turn, things like that. If you like that, stick around. If you don't like that, then, go watch something else. Further on mistakes and stuff, I always like to put this out there as well. For those of you, if you're just starting to play a game, not just Eldritch Horror, any game, don't worry about making mistakes. Just barrel on, okay? After the game, if you found out you did something wrong, then just don't do it wrong next time. That is the best way to do it. Also, if you actually won that game, you won it. Don't be like, oh, I did that wrong, so I didn't really win. Nah, cobblers, you won it, okay? You made that mistake in good faith, so I'm allowing you to win it. Let's get on with the setup, shall we? So, you'll notice I've already set some stuff up already. after going on about time and how I take as long as I like and all the rest of it, I do realise an introduction and setup video lasting an hour is perhaps, you know, it's a bit overkill, isn't it? So I will try and do this under an hour. I've already wasted about 10 minutes, so I better crack on. There are a few things that I've done. One, I've done all the shuffling of the cards and everything. That's all done. I've done a lot of the setup already. I've also got a scanner now. So whenever, like a card, I won't have to do this with a card. Wait for it to focus, then take a screenshot and mess around, okay? Just after I've done a turn, I'll take all the cards, the new cards, scan them, and then magic of editing, they'll come up. So we won't have to have all this sort of palaver, okay? Hopefully that'll save a bit of time going forwards. Additionally, yeah, so all the prep has been done. So we'll very quickly go through, and hopefully this isn't going to take an hour. But, famous last words. So let's get on with the setup. So the first thing that we do is place the game board. Look, it's there. Amazing. Then we organise our tokens. So first of all, we get the gate stack. So the gate stack was shuffled. It's been placed here. Okay, and I've also pulled the gate as well, but we'll see that when we get to it. Create the clue pool. Brian mate, are you watching from the Netherlands? The clues are in there, mate, in your favourite bag. Okay, so clue bag there. I've also pulled the clues as well. You'll see those in a bit. Created the general token pool. That is, I was going to point over there, but it's actually over here. You can see it there, just in that organiser. So they're all created. I've chosen and placed the investigators. We'll go through them in more detail when we get to, you know, when I go through the investigators. But which ones have I picked? The ones I've picked are the ones from the Strange Remnants expansion. There were 4 investigators in that small box expansion. They were Zoe Samaras, Marie Lambeau, Skids O'Toole, and Tony Morgan. Talking of Skids, stick around. I'm going to tell you something that nobody else knows. Okay? So when we get to Skids, I'll tell you something about him that no one else knows. How exciting is that? Anyway, contain your excitement for the time being. So they've all been placed. And the reason I picked those from the Strange Remnants expansion is because we're playing Syzygy. Okay, and that was a Strange Remnants ale. So that's why. Somebody did mention on the coming soon video, can't remember your name offhand, so I do apologise. He very kindly mentioned I should play Ursula Downs, who is the, she's like the explorer, I think. Yeah, she's explorer. I think Leo Anderson's the expedition leader, isn't he? So Ursula Downs is the explorer. Mentioned she'd be very good for this particular AO, but I'd already committed to the Strange Remnants people, so they're on the board. Quickly go through Syzygy, and as I said, these have all been scanned. So while I struggle to pick that up off the board, it should have come up onto the screen, and we'll go through it quickly. So the Doom is 13. So I've moved my funky Doom marker to space 13 on the board up there. Cultists. So as you know, each individual AO has a special cultist set of skills and attributes. Here it's got the what would be the back of the cultist token, and horror is special, toughness is special, but combat is just 1. Okay, 1 health. What is the special? So the special is horror is equal to the number of Eldritch tokens on the red space of the Omen track, and toughness is equal to that number plus 1, and we'll see what that is shortly. Basically what that means is, as we go on against Syzygy, these cultists are going to get harder and more difficult, okay? Which is good. One of the great things about Eldritch Horror is it changes up, you know, how you play the game. And when you face a lot of AOs in Eldritch Horror, the cultists are a doddle, but not with Syzygy. They're going to get harder and harder and harder as we go along. As part of the setup, we set aside all the Syzygy special encounters. There are two types of special encounter. They're down here. Again, I'll flash up the backs to these because there's two types. The back there that has the sort of woman's face on it, that is fortifying the barrier. So there are 10 of those cards. And the other one, which is sort of an eclipse taking place, is called sealing the portal, I believe. And we'll use them when we're told to, basically. So it's probably a mystery or whatever will tell us to use one of those decks, and we'll do that when we come to it. So those are the special encounters. We've also got to set up the Mystic Ruins encounter deck. That is here, and I shuffled it, did a cut, and what came out on top is, that'll flash up as well. It's looks like Easter Island to me. The 3 is the location, which is down here, and guess, look, Southern Pacific, just where Easter Island is. So that's where we start with that. So if we get an investigator there, they can do a Mystic Ruins encounter. Let's read about Syzygy, the Cosmic Alignment. When the Omen advances to the red space of the Omen track, place 1 Eldritch token on that space. So that's the red sunburst, and as you can see, I've put an Eldritch token there. So if we go back to the cultist part, the horror is currently 2, because it is... Oh no, not currently 2. That's the horror is currently 1, okay, and the toughness is 2. It's the toughness that goes up to 2 is +1. All right, but as we add more Eldritch tokens to that space, those will go up. All right. At the end of the Mythos phase, if 2 mysteries have been solved, or there are 3 Eldritch tokens on the red space of the Omen track, flip this sheet and resolve the Portal Opens effect. On a lot of AOs, it's 3 mysteries. If you solve 3 mysteries, you actually win the game and don't have to turn this card over. However, Syzygy, this card will turn over no matter what. So either because we've solved 2 mysteries, in which I guess solving 2 mysteries will help us when we flip it over, you know, there'll be, you know, we'll get some benefit from doing that. Or if we solve none of the mysteries but end up going around the Omen track a few more times and getting 3 Eldritch tokens on there, then we'll flip this over and things will not be so rosy if we haven't solved any of those mysteries. That's my guess. I don't know. I haven't checked the behind. That came out a bit weird, but no, I haven't looked. I haven't checked Syzygy's behind, okay? What's the last thing here? When Doom advances to 0, investigators lose the game. Now what that says to me is this is going to start going down like Billy O. There's going to be some things either in the mysteries or in the encounters, the research encounters or the special encounters or whatever, that's going to mean we're going to start losing Doom hand over fist. Okay, again, some AOs that's not the case. The Doom barely goes down at all, but this seems to be an AO where Doom is very important because we will lose the game if it goes to 0. So if we can keep the Doom as high as possible, that should help us. So I've got to keep that at the back of my mind. So that's Syzygy. Also with Syzygy, we've got a prelude, which I've already put over here, which is in Cosmic Alignment. So I'll read it out to you. It should come up on the screen now. The stars are right. The words chill you to the bone. Not because they were written in blood by the black-robed man that now lies dead before you, but because of their implication. They herald the end of existence for you, for your friends, and for the earth. The end of everything. Bit grim. Okay. So during set 5 of the setup, which is Determine the Ancient One, Syzygy, who we've just gone through, we set up the Mystic Ruins encounter deck. Already gone through that. It's at Easter Island, space 3. After resolving setup, Syzygy is the Ancient One. He is. Place 1 Eldritch token on the red space of the Omen track. There we go. then each investigator loses 1 sanity and gains 1 relic unique asset. I've already done that. When we go through the investigators, I will go through it. Okay. The rest of the card is about if Syzygy is not the ancient one. Now, I don't think we end up with 2 on there. 2 Eldritch. It says to put 1 on here, and it's also got 1 on here. It may be we put 2 Eldritch tokens on there. If that's the case, let me know. Let me know if it's cumulative. There's only 1 on there for the moment, but remember, this is the introduction. So before we actually start the first turn, I can always change that. So just pop it in the comments if I have to put 2 Eldritch tokens on there. 1 for the AO sheet and 1 for the prelude. Just let me know. Probably be 2, won't it? But I'm sure you'll put me straight. So that is the ancient one. 6, we create the monster cup. That's over there, the usual big grey bag. That's got all the non-epic monsters in it. Syzygy doesn't have an epic monster that goes with his card specifically. Though, you know, there may be a mystery or something where we have to spawn one somewhere. We shall see. But as it stands, we've just got the monster cup full of the non-epic monsters. We've got to separate and place decks. As you can see, done that all on here. My usual setup. Everything has been shuffled. You know, as I pick a card anyway, I will do a crappy shuffle and a cut like I normally do, because people love that. That's why you come back, isn't it? For the crappy shuffling and the, you know, and the cut. I know. Done the same with the Expedition deck. So similar to the Mystic Ruins, Expedition, shuffled it, did a cut, and Pyramids. So the Expedition is at the Pyramids. You can see the token there. Alright, so that's been done. Done all the spell cards, the condition cards. Mythos cards I've done already. Okay. In fact, I should have gone through that in Syzygy. Bring it back up, Paul. Bring it back up, Paul. Yes. Stage 1 was 0 green, 2 yellow and 2 blue. So we've got 2 rumours and 2 reckonings in the first 4 turns. Won't that be fun? Can't wait. Stage 2 is 3 green and 3 yellow. And stage 3 is 3 green and 5 yellow. A lot of people say that Arkham Horror 2nd edition is fiddly. Eldritch Horror is horrendously fiddly when it's a reckoning. And we have got, what's that? We have got, out of, I think it's 18, there'll be 18 Mythos cards there, and we've got 10 reckonings. So that's going to be a laugh. I hate doing reckonings. God, oof. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll be doing a lot of reckonings, which I suppose is fair enough. You know, it's a cosmic alignment and reckonings, and they sort of go together, don't they? So, but that's been shuffled. We'll find out what our first Mythos card is at the end. Okay, can't wait for that. Woo! So we've built the Mythos deck, that's all ready. We've got to resolve the starting effects. So we've got 4 investigators. So what that means is we spawn 1 gate. I've already shuffled the gate stack, and the one that came off the top is Tokyo. So we've got a gate in Tokyo, which is a blue constellation gate. Now, when you place a gate, you have to place a monster. And the monster that we got was an Elder Thing. He's down here. He should have come up on the screen, and he's a special. He's got that little egg in the corner there with a tentacle coming out of it, and his special is spawn this in Antarctica, so he's down here, which in a way is pretty good because it means he's not guarding the gate in Tokyo, so that's good news. But if we ever have to go down to Antarctica, we're going to have to deal with an Elder Thing. We spawned 2 clues, and the 2 clues that were spawned was, there's one in the Amazon and one in Arkham. There. What else? The Omen token is on the Green Comet, and as well as the Eldritch token, or 2 Eldritch tokens that we've had to put on the Red Sunburst there at the bottom. Placed the top 4 cards from the asset deck. There's the asset deck. Again, I shuffled that, cut it, and we got 4 cards that I've put on the reserve here. I will go through those now. Should flash up on the screen. We got fine clothes. They are a cost of 2, and they are an item. Each 6 you roll when performing an acquire assets action counts as 2 successes, so that's pretty good. Next is the enchanted blade with a cost of 3. This is an item, a weapon, and it's magical. Gain +1 will and +3 strength during combat encounters. Very good. That's pretty good, that. Yes. Might have to get the enchanted blade. Next is the research student, cost of 1. He's an ally. Action, roll 1 die. On a 5 or 6 you gain a clue. On a 1, discard the nearest clue from the game board. Okay, so he might be pretty good. If we need a lot of clues, pick him up. And finally we have the Mystic Scroll. This is also a cost of 1. It's an item, a tome. You may re-roll 1 die when resolving a law test. So not bad, not bad. But you can see why it's only a cost of 1. So that's all set up down there. Enchanted Blade's pretty good and the fine clothes. The rest are a bit meh, but we'll see how we go on. Right, we've got to draw a mystery card and flip that over. These are the mystery cards here, and I will do that shortly. But first of all, what we're going to do before we reveal what the mystery is and before we reveal what the mythos card is, we'll quickly go through our investigators. Okay, our investigators. These are in no particular order. I may change these before we start the first turn. Okay, but currently our first investigator that we're going to go through is Zoe Samaras, the chef. Why I've chose her first? I think she's awesome. I love Zoe. She's completely hat stand. So if we have a look at the front of her sheet here, Zoe Samaras, the chef. As an action, if you have fewer than 2 task assets, gain 1 task unique asset. So that's pretty good. You can do that for an action. If you have not lost sanity during a combat encounter, roll 2 additional dice when resolving the strength test during that encounter. So if we can make sure that she doesn't lose any horror damage, that's brilliant. She becomes an absolute beast. Okay. God has spoken. I will do his work without hesitation. With a carving knife by the look of it. Alright, she's got 5 health and 7 sanity, except it's 6 sanity because of the prelude. Okay, so she's down to 6 sanity. Her skills, Law 3, awesome. Influence 2, okay. Observation 1, rubbish. Strength 3, very good. And Will 4, awesome. Okay, so that's excellent. She starts in Rome, Italy, as you've probably guessed because you can see her. She gets 1 Holy Cross asset. I will go through that shortly. When Zoe was 6 years old, her parents were killed in a fire. As the flames consumed her home, God spoke to her. He told Zoe that she was special and that he was giving her a special task. As an adult, she now travels from city to city, taking work as a chef to support herself. When she isn't working, she stalks the night, guided by the Lord's voice. Wherever she finds wickedness, she strikes it down without remorse or hesitation. Most recently, God has called her to Rome to dispense his righteous fury. Of course, she's perfectly normal. That's why she's got 7 sanity. She's not in any way a complete psychopathic nut job. At the side there, that's what happens if she either goes insane or, you know, like dies. We will read them when we come to it. Her asset is a Holy Cross. So this has got a cost of 2. And it's an item and we gain +2 will during combat encounters. So she'll have amazing will during a combat encounter. And that's what we want. Because remember, if we don't lose any horror, woo, she gets +2 on the actual strength part of the test during combat, so that'll be great. As part of the prelude, for losing that sanity, you get a unique asset. a relic. And the relic that she got was fossilized samples, unique asset, item relic. When you perform a rest action, you may examine the fossils, observation. So this is appalling for her because her observation is 1. Okay. If you pass, flip this card. I don't know. I might have to swap that with somebody who's got better at observation. But yeah, not the best pick by me. And she's also got a personal story. So here is a personal story. In his name, no mission is too great for the loyal. No evil will escape the judgment of the righteous. Not on your watch. When you flip a task unique asset, place 1 Eldritch token on this card. Then, if there are 3 or more Eldritch tokens on this card, discard this card and gain the Crusade reward. At the end of the encounter phase, if there are 5 or more gates on the game board, discard this card and gain the Gone Astray consequence. Alright, so that is Zoe Samaras. Next investigator is Tony Morgan, the bounty hunter. And he starts over here. His first stop is in Bogota, checking the Colombian fields. The natives smile and pass along a sample of their yield. Yes, Rush. What a band. Reformed, haven't they? There you go, after the sad demise of Neil Peart, they've got a German drummer, Annika Nilles, or Niles. German viewers, tell me how to pronounce that properly. And yes, brilliant. Obviously, I think they're only playing North America, aren't they, and Mexico. I don't think they're coming to Europe. But mind you, saying that, you know, I've heard tell that the ticket prices are like, you know, cost an arm and a leg. So I probably wouldn't go even if they came here, to be honest. I have seen them too. I saw them in the 80s, I think. Yeah, early 80s. And that's me. Actually, I think they were at the peak then. You know, the early 80s. And after that, Signals and afterwards was a bit dodgy. But from 2112 on, they had like a 5-album run. Some of my favourite albums, like 2112, Farewell to Kings, Hemispheres, Permanent Waves and Moving Pictures. Fantastic. And then Signals a bit near. And Grace Under Pressure wasn't bad. That was okay. Power Windows, yeah. Hold Your Fire, yeah. Presto, oh God. And Counterparts wasn't bad, I suppose. And then we're getting into, what, Test for Echo. Yeah. Oh, what were the other ones? Test for Echo, Snakes and Ladders were... The last one wasn't bad. Clockwork Angels, quite like that one. But no wonder these last a bloody hour. I'm just wittering on. Anyway, okay. So, Tony Morgan, he's in Bogota. As an action, he can test influence. If he passes, he may spend up to 2 focus to gain 1 clue for each focus spent. So, very good. When he defeats a monster during a combat encounter, he gains a focus. So, he's a bit of a face puncher. Okay, when I find the beast, I'll trap it or put it down for good. Nice one, Tone. So he's got 7 health, but he only has 4 sanity, unfortunately, because he had to lose 1 because of the prelude. As far as his skills, Law 2, okay. Influence 2, okay. Observation 4, brilliant. So if we can swap that task unique asset with Zoe, it's probably be better. We'll see what his task unique asset is that he's got, and we'll see if swapping them will benefit both of them. His strength is 3, which is good, and his will is 2. Okay, so he's pretty good actually, Tony. The thing that's pulling him back is his low sanity, really. So that's pretty good. Let's flip him over. So yep, Bogota, Colombia, space 7. And he gets a handcuffs asset. We'll go through that shortly. Let's read his bump. Tony's tracked down low-life scum in every lousy corner of the world, but nothing was quite as bad as at Innsmouth. Some creep in Boston skipped bail and tried to hide with family in the small fishing village. It turned out family meant vicious fish-like monstrosities that left Tony bloody and half drowned. Ever since, he's found a new kind of dirtbag to hunt. Ordinary mobster or otherworldly monster, Tony will take it down and find someone willing to pay him for it. Now he's got a lead in Bogota. Easy money. Well, I hope so, Tony. I hope so. His asset is handcuffs, cost of 2. An item. Before resolving the strength test during a combat encounter, you may spend 1 focus to defeat that monster if it has a toughness 2 or less. Very good. Hopefully they'll come in useful. His unique asset is a stone tablet. Item relic. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to decipher the carvings on the tablet, which is a law -1 check. If you pass, flip this card. I think Zoe's law is pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, 3. So yeah, we'll try and swap these over, you know, do a trade, and that might be better actually. So that's his stone tablet. And his personal story. Thrill of the hunt. You check and recheck your guns, making certain that all is ready. These marks are going to be tough. They usually are, but you can handle it. It's what you do. Tony! When you defeat a non-epic monster during a combat encounter, place that monster on this card. Then, if there are 5 or more monsters on this card, discard this card and gain the Trophy Hunter reward. Excellent. When you have only 1 health or 1 sanity, discard this card and gain the blacklisted consequence. So we've got to keep him alive. He could also do with that enchanted blade, couldn't he? That would be very useful for Tony. Okay, who is our next investigator? It's Marie Lambeau, the entertainer. Where is she hanging out? She's hanging out on Space 20. Okay, Philippines, somewhere like that. We'll find out. In fact, I think it's the Kingdom of Sarawak, I think. But anyway, special abilities. As an action, perform an action you have already performed this round. So unusually, for an investigator, she can do 2 actions that are the same. Hopefully that will come in very, very, very useful. Alright. If you would spend or lose sanity as part of a spell effect, you may spend or lose 1 fewer sanity as part of that effect. Excellent. Bit of flavour text here. I used to sing as Grandmere made potions and charms. Awesome. She's got 6 health and she's got 5 sanity because she lost 1 due to the prelude. Got a unique asset. Her skills, Law 3, good. Influence 4, amazing. Observation 2, good. Well, okay. Strength 2, okay. And Will 2. Alright, so it looks like she will be trying to get stuff off the asset reserve there. That'll give her something to do, won't it? Bit of shopping. Right, let's flip the card over. She gets a ritual dagger asset. That's cool. We'll go through that shortly. Oh, and a spell. 1 Voice of Ra spell. I recall correctly, Voice of Ra is a bloody glamour spell, and I hate them. Let's read the flavour text. Marie has come a long way from the Louisiana marshes of her youth. These days, the smoky velvet sings the blues in elegant nightclubs around the world. But it was Grandmare's dying wish that sent Marie to the Kingdom of Sarawak. I was right! Where an old evil had returned. Marie doesn't believe she can help, but only a fool didn't listen to Grandmare. Now, memories of strange nursery rhymes she used to recite have begun flooding back. People called Grandmare a witch. Maybe Marie's got some witchcraft in her blood too. Dun dun dun! Awesome. Again, sanity fail or health fail. We'll read that, should it happen. But it's not going to happen, is it? Because we only play winning investigators on this channel. Ritual Dagger. Her asset. Cost of 1. Item, magical weapon. Once per round, you may gain +1 law when resolving a spell effect, or +2 strength when resolving a combat encounter. So that'll come in handy. Excellent. She's also got, as her unique asset that she got from the prelude, she's got tablet shards. Item relic. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to piece together the tablet shards, which is observation -1. Her observation's pretty good though, so not too bad. If you pass, flip the card. Hopefully it'll be something awesome. Her spell, Voice of Ra, Glamours. I hate glamour spells. Because it means I've got to do more during the reckoning phase. Glamour. Once per round, during the action phase, you may spend 1 health and 1 sanity to perform 1 additional action. So we'd be using this very, very rarely, I think. But near the end of the game, we might be in a bit of a pickle, might come in. Okay, so we test law and we just flip the card during a reckoning. Personal story is Grandmare's Warning. You piece together some of Grandmare's notes and realise that they were part of a greater whole. Now you look to the outside world to complete the ritual and learn what it was that Grandmare was trying to pass on to you. When you have a glamour spell, an incantation spell and a ritual spell, discard this card and gain the Smoky Velvet reward. When Doom advances to 6 or lower, discard this card and gain the Evil of Old consequence. Oh, so we're going to have to get a bit of a move on getting spells and stuff. Okay, hopefully we'll get them. And it's not only getting spells, is it? We've got to specifically get... We've got the glamour, so we've got to specifically get an incantation and a ritual spell. So we'll see. You can get those from like Buenos Aires. You can get those ritual spells. Where is it for an incantations are from Arkham? And of course she's over here. So she's got to get all the way over there to get a good chance of getting those spells. But we'll sort something. Perhaps Skids. Skids can get the ritual spell and perhaps they can trade. We'll sort some out. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? Okay, so that was Marie. So who is our final investigator? And our final investigator, well, it's obviously Skids O'Toole. I've already mentioned who our four investigators were. So Skids O'Toole, the ex-convict. As an action, you may discard 1 item or trinket asset to gain 1 item or trinket asset of your choice from the reserve with a value equal to or less than 1 plus the value of the discarded asset. So he can sort of like, you know, trade up. He can also, whenever he rolls a 1 during a test, he may re-roll that die, which will be immense. That's fantastic. I didn't get out of the joint just to watch the world end. Nice one. Mate, should probably say that like Humphrey Bogart, shouldn't we? 6 health. Would have 6 sanity, but the prelude is down to 5. Skills. Law. 2. Oh, alright. Influence 1. Pathetic. Observation. 3. Good. Strength 4. Excellent. Will 3. Good. Alright, so apart from his influence, he's alright. But he's an ex-convict, you know. That's it. What was that special thing I was going to tell you about Skids O'Toole? Well, you have to wait. Calm down. So, he starts in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Now, I'll tell you now. He gets an axe asset. Alright. What does nobody know about Skids O'Toole that I know? I know Skid's real first name. Everybody calls him Skids, but they don't actually know what his real first name is. I do. I'll tell you why in a bit. Skids got put away on 2 counts of bank robbery, but he never hurt anyone. His cellmate, Brad Hollins, killed 9 people. Hollins said that an alien creature made him do it. Over the years, Hollins said a lot of strange things about the Ancient Ones. He said that he needed to get to Argentina to stop them. Skids didn't give it much thought until the night Hollins burst into flames. When Skids got paroled, he couldn't shake the thought of those Ancient Ones. Okay. His asset. His axe. Item. Weapon. Cost of 2. Gain 2 strength during combat encounters. You may spend 2 sanity to re-roll any number of dice when resolving a strength test during a combat encounter. Alright, so he goes a bit loopy. Okay. And that's how we know his first name's Eugene. He's got to be careful with that axe, Eugene. Nobody else knows that. I'll get me coat. Couldn't resist that one. I do apologise. Alright, stone chest. This is his unique asset he got from the prelude. Item, relic. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to pry open the chest. Strength test. If you pass, flip this card. Okay, so pretty good. He's got great strength, so he should be able to do this. Brilliant. And his personal story. Leave it to chance. Sometimes life comes down to the luck of the dice. Don't I know it? Don't I know it, kids? You know that better than most. You can live your whole life straight and narrow and then have it all taken away from you in the blink of an eye. On a reckoning, he rolls 2 dice. On the sum of 7 or 11, discard this card and gain the lucky 7 reward. On a sum of 2, 3 or 12, discard this card and gain the snake eyes consequence. Oh, I hope I don't roll 2 6s. That is a real gut punch. I mean, 2 or 3, fair enough. You know, it's a crap roll. But 2 6s and you... Oh. Plus the way I roll normally. That's a real possibility. Anyway, so that's it for Eugene. So, next up, now we've met all of our investigators, we'll see what the mystery is and what the mythos card is. Ready for our first turn. Okay, so mystery card. Let's pick it off the top. Put these back over here. Alright, already been shuffled, so we'll see what we've got here. Fortifying the barrier, so let's have a read. Fortifying the barrier. An ancient barrier cloaks the world from the gaze of Azathoth, but as the eclipse nears, the barrier weakens, and the old magic must be called upon once more to strengthen it. When this card enters play, place 1 Eldritch token on each of the following spaces: 3, 7, London and Shanghai. Okay, I'll just sort that out. Shanghai, so that's 4 Eldritch tokens. Shanghai was 1. 7, where's that? Oh, Bogota. So what's it will be able to, Tony will be able to do that. 3, that's where the Mystic Ruins is as well. And we've done Shanghai, London. Right, so pop all those on there, that's that done. As an encounter, an investigator on a space containing an Eldritch token may discard 1 spell to use the Ruins power to fortify the barrier between worlds. If he discards the spell, he draws and resolves a fortifying the barrier special encounter. That's one of the things I showed you before. At the end of the mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to half the investigators solve this mystery. Excellent. That's a way of getting rid of a glamour spell. But we've got to keep the bloody glamour spell for Marie because it's part of her personal story. How annoying is that? Right, so that's a mystery. Put that there. And finally, let's do the mythos. Relics of old. Blimey. So we got a rumour straight up, but it is a snowflake, so it shouldn't be too bad. So we spawn a clue. Hang on, got to get Brian's favourite bag. Just going to pick this clue up because I'm running out of... What did I get? 4. Right, I'm just going to put this on 4, which is up there. Okay. Just going to pause here very quickly because my camera's running out of juice. Okay, I've managed to jury rig it up. So hopefully I won't run out. Right, so I've put that clue onto space 4. Excellent. 3 Eldritch tokens. Bloody hell. No, what Eldritch, so I'll do it in a minute because the way I've jury rigged everything up, I can't get over there. So I'm going to need 3 Eldritch tokens. The ancient texts speak of a beacon to guide the ancient one. Many counterfeits and false legends were manufactured to protect its true resting place. Relics of old. Ongoing rumour. As an encounter, an investigator on the active expedition space or mystic ruins space may explore the ancient ruins. Observation. If they pass, they find the beacon and destroy it once and for all. Solve this rumour. Pretty good. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, advance doom by the number of investigators plus 1, that's 5. See what I mean? It's really trying to get the doom down to like 0. Oh. then solve this rumour. We're going to lose 5 doom, and we've got to do it to get rid of the rumour. Because during a reckoning, discard 1 Eldritch token from this card, then shuffle the Expedition encounter deck, a Mystic Ruins encounter deck, unless investigators as a group spend 1 clue. So hang on while I set it up. We'll pop it up there next to the prelude. Put 3 Eldritch tokens next to it for next time. So that's it, we're all set up, we're all ready to go. Yeah, I think this is going to be pretty tricky. And from what I can recall, I think when we flip the card over, when we'll have to flip the Ancient One card over, I believe it gets even more tricky. So we'll see. We shall see. But hopefully you're looking forward to Syzygy in Cosmic Alignment, and you've enjoyed the introduction and setup video. So that is it for this episode. Next time we'll be getting right into it. So thanks very much for watching. Thanks for all the likes and dislikes, because you're still watching. And yeah, any mistakes I've made, let me know. Let me know if I've got to put 2 Eldritch tokens on there because of the prelude and the AO. Let me know. I'm sure somebody knows out in YouTube land. Give us a shout. And yes, anything else I've cocked up, just give us a shout, and I will fix it for the start next time. Thanks everybody for sticking around for 2 years, and I hope we have a little bit of fun. Thank you to everybody who's donated to my KoFi.com, and buy me a brew. That's much appreciated. And anybody who likes the videos over at BGG or whatever, Drops Geek Gold, all that sort of stuff, fantastic. And as ever, any mistakes, as I've mentioned, just let me know and I'll try and fix them. But until next time, this is me, CatWeazle, saying toodaloo.